talk to me. This could get interesting. Know you get money, well, how are you spending it? Is this your passion or is it about Benjamins? Is it about cash or the fact that you didn't quit? Talk to me. Let's sip on some wine. Discussion about future, the past, and the grind. What's an excuse when it's last on your mind? I love what you do, may I ask for your time?
Talk to me. Welcome to the Talk to Me podcast. I'm your favorite host on the East Coast, Don Worm, and as you can see, we got 3 of the 4 gang members in the house tonight. We got Taiki and Elsa. How y'all doing right now? How y'all doing?
Good, man. Could be better.
Good? Yeah, I'm feeling so-so, but it's all good, aren't we all?
Yep.
Okay, let's get right into it then. Let's get right into it. So, I know a lot of people are probably familiar with the George Floyd tragedy, but for those who are not,
I don't think there's anyone that's not.
Yeah.
If there is, you under a rock.
Yeah, I'll try to give you a quick synopsis and then we'll get into it as far as your initial reaction. George Floyd, and so this took place in Minnesota, and he went to a market, I don't know which market it was, and he had an item that was less than $10, whatever. He paid with a $10 bill, and the cash register allowed him to leave. I don't think he said anything to George Floyd at all, left, and I guess he thought it was a counterfeit $10 bill. Everyone was saying it was a check, but I seen that his lawyer.
Yeah, I seen it was like a $10 or $20 bill, yeah.
And so he left. I guess that he or she called the cops. The cops seen George Floyd getting into his automobile and approached him. And I guess it proceeded to him getting arrested. And if you're in that situation and a cop comes up to you about a damn $10 bill, most people are gonna be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" You know what I'm saying? Like, who's worried about a $10 bill?
My thing is that, like, I don't know. Like, I've only seen that one separate angle from, like, the store.
Yeah.
I want to know what even led to all that. You know what I'm saying? Because I still don't know.
Oh, so you didn't see the 5-minute video of him getting pulled out of the car and then him?
I didn't see that one.
Okay, so I'm telling you. So, yep. So he comes to the car. He's in the car. The cops come to the car.
Was it a cop cam, a body cam from the cop?
Nah, it was a street. It was
wow.
Street.
And what happened to those anyways? I thought cops are always supposed to wear those now.
They haven't released that yet. That's what we want to see.
Wow.
So they come to the car, and it might have been an altercation or resistance, maybe for 5 seconds. Nothing crazy, but it escalated quickly. As in, he got arrested within. When I say arrested, it's already hands behind his back. Yeah. Already got him out the car. They walk him over to a building. He's literally just walking, chilling.
Yeah, that's where I seen it. Yeah, that's where I seen it.
And they put him on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
He stays there. I guess he's probably like, "What did I do?" Yada yada yada. Few minutes go by, he walks out of the frame, probably. Right. And then the next video I actually seen that he was getting beat in the car. Did y'all see that at all?
That one just came out, yeah.
Yeah, he was getting beat in the car, and that's how he led outside of the car. And he's face down with his hands behind his back. So that's basically what I got. So what was y'all first reaction?
Go ahead, Elsa.
I guess we can start with Elsa.
Well, it was Memorial Day. And I had just heard about the Amy girl in New York, in Central Park, who tried to call the police on a black man because he was telling her to put her dog on a leash, which she was supposed to do anyway. I was already pissed. And then all these videos come out, and literally just hearing a grown man gasping for his life, calling out for his mom, saying he can't, I can't breathe, everything hurts, asking for water, and seeing how he's literally being knelt on by another grown man. And at this point, I'm thinking about it as like a human aspect. If you see somebody in that type of struggle, why not get up? Even the other officers too, and they showed another angle, and it was like 3 of them kneeling on. What was the point of all of that? My initial reaction was, oh, here we go again. And there's a lot of frustration. And I was like, oop, this is going to lead to the riots. This week is going to be a historic week in America. That was my initial reaction.
Man, when I didn't watch the video for a day. I heard it was so bad, I didn't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me it happened on Memorial Day. I waited till Tuesday to watch it because I was like, I can't even watch it. Like, if it's as bad as the way like Twitter was reacting to it, I was like, man, I I don't think I can watch it. And then I watched a little bit of it because I was like slowly getting more and more clips like as the day went on. Like I saw like a 10-second clip and then like a 30-second clip and then like a 2-minute clip and then like the 9, like however long it was, like from different angles. So once I sat down and like slowly saw them throughout the day, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I was like, I don't even understand like how like initially, because it looked nonchalant because it looked like the cop had his like hand in his pocket, but it was either like he was wearing a glove or something, but he was still like nonchalant. So I was like, what the hell is going on? You know, and then I was always under the impression like once you're detained, you know, put him in the car and like be done with it, you know? And so I was confused. I mean, to be honest, I was really sad, man. I was just like, I knew what was going to come. Like, I didn't think it was obviously the riots were going to get as bad as it was. And, you know, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but I was really like sad. It almost was like make me want to cry type shit. Like, I was like thinking about all like my really good friends that, you know, that are Black, African-American or different descent. Like, I was just like, you know, it really could be like, I'm not under that impression anymore that it just happens and it can't happen to me. Cause you know, everyone lives in that false fairy tale of like, it'll never happen to me. Like, you know, you don't really care about it because it's not directly affecting you. Well, I mean, something can happen any day. So it was sad. I was depressed. Like, you know, thinking about it that way. I'm just like, you know, my immediate reaction was, you know, speak up, you know, I don't want to like fall in line of like the people that, you know, stand behind this or, you know, also text my friends, you know, that, you know, all of them and like, you know, everyone I was thinking about. So it was just sad. I was really depressed and sad and just disappointed.
Yeah, it definitely is sad, heartbreaking. I just want to, I guess, this is a side note. I know you guys have been using social media and stuff like that. And I stumbled upon like a girl back at my hometown, wanted to highlight something when, you know, people are, you know, on Facebook, how everyone's going crazy saying this should have happened, da, 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 da. And a white dude said, how is being Black in America any different from any other race in America? So I just want to touch on that a little bit because just want to speak my truth. Obviously, y'all are family. People that watch this, it's family as well. So I just want to touch on that. So I'm just talking about as far as just the Black and the white thing. So,
yeah, I mean, go say whatever you got to say. Cause I never understand your perspective. I can only, I mean, I'll never be able to live it. I'll only be able to do just I'm trying to understand it.
Exactly. So as far as just like the whole being Black thing, I'll just speak for Black and then just myself. You have to be weary of, well, for personally me, I am weary of every white person that I encounter. It's sad to say I am, because I don't know what type of, how they feel about my color, how they feel about me before they even meet me. It just sucks because I don't know what type of racial level they're on. So it really is like you have to be proven guilty until proven innocent. So what
Pretty much, yeah.
I basically have to go through a validation system. So I can give you a quick example. I'm going to harp a little bit, so please bear with me. So just a week ago, this happens a lot, and Black people, especially, this is something small, accustomed to handling stuff like this. So I'm at the doctor's office, and you know, when the nurse has to come, they call your name, and you got to go to the office or whatever. So they call my name, and it's in the morning. So I say, "Good morning." Lady don't say anything.
White lady, Black lady?
White lady. So this is in Culpeper. So when I say good morning, she don't say anything. I was like, all right, I already know what type of time she on. So they gotta weigh me. So I say, should I take my shoes off or what? She's like, I don't care. You can do whatever. So I said, okay.
This was the nurse, not the receptionist, the nurse.
The nurse, and then the doctor comes.
Yeah.
So it might not have been a nurse. What, you know, I don't really know too much about.
Either way, man.
Yeah, but the person that checks your vitals.
Way, it's like,
whatever that is. So she does that, and she said, I don't care, whatever. So we go in the office. She's checking my blood and all that stuff. And this is the part. So she says, it's already a little weird, a little tension. So she says, where do you want to get your pills picked up at? Richmond? And I used to live in Richmond. So I was like, I don't live in Richmond anymore. I live in Arlington. So she says, so what does that have to do with me? What do you mean? So I was like, you literally just said, if I want to get picked up in Richmond
Right.
and I live in Arlington, that's what it has to do. So she said, all right, do you want it in Culpeper or what? So I was like, yo, she is wild. So I said, all right, whatever, Culpeper.
What? Fuck no. I would have been like, send him to Arlington. The fuck?
Yeah, that's where you need them to go.
So what I mean, like, you have to be like validated by like white people. I'm not saying all white people.
Yeah, but you can't take that one situation from all of it. I mean, because she might feel that same way, like toward, like you said, you guilty until proven innocent for white people. That white people feel that way too, just based on their preconceived notions. You know
I'm not done though. I'm not done. Long story. I try to make it short because I know everybody ain't got time for this. But it's like a sense of validation. So what I mean by that validation, so she starts to ask me questions. White older people love to nick and try to see how you carry yourself and what you're doing, if you're doing good for yourself, for them to actually treat you like a human. So she asked me what I do, and I say, I told her I know IT, government contractor, all that stuff. And she's like, oh, okay. So she tells me her part, what she did, and I got validated. This is why I know. So after I got prescription and all that stuff. And like I told you, she was standoffish at first, but once I told her, I'm doing good for myself. When I leave, I had to walk by her office. Hey, have a good day. And I'm just like, oh, now you want to talk to me because of that validation shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just difficult because we, as a black man in America, we go through stuff like this all the time. It might be something small, but after a number amount of times, that's kind of like, hard to deal with, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Accustomed to just like things, just a lot of different things as far as, walking in. I got two examples, then I'll go. Just walking in a small market and say if you got a hood or you want to take your hood off and take your hands out of your pocket because you don't want to make the clerk feel like they're in danger.
Alarm them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like me leaving work, last one, I'm coming out the same building as white people, right? Same building. If they're in front of me, I'm not saying this happens all the time, but it's happened a good amount of time for me to be like, the fuck? So I'm coming out of work and say if that person is 10 feet ahead of me, they're checking back, making sure I'm not following them and stuff like that. Just like shit like that is just what I have come accustomed to. You know what I'm saying? In America, that's just regular shit. And like most people probably won't get it, but just, you know how that feels? Like I'm a fucking ain't like, look at me. Like I'm fucking short. Like I'm chilling. Like I'm dressed nice. Why are you scared? Because I'm behind you. I'm not following you. I mean, just dumb shit like that you have to deal with, You
see that video where those two little kids, it's an old video where that little black boy and the little white boy are like running up to each other, like probably like 30 feet away, and they're running the little Tyler feet and they're hugging each other, and they're always in the like caption on the video is always like racism is you're not born with it, you're taught it.
Yeah.
There's more of that type of shit. And I think that's what bothers me the most about it. And where I struggle with all of it. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't understand. Like, I understand it, but I don't process it well because I don't move like that. So whenever I see people doing that type of stuff, it really like, I don't understand why they do that because like, you take anything in life, whether it be work or sports or whatever, like there's people of all races, and normally it's a team effort to get shit done. Like,
for sure.
We're doing a podcast, like the podcast, wouldn't be good as a one person. You know what I mean? You need it with more people. Like on the radio, you need things to get done. In IT, it's a chain of command of all different races. Like I don't understand like how you can sit here and work with people like that and like do these things. And obviously, there's a bigger issue with racism, and then either be the cops killing black people, whatever. But like, I just can't understand how you can wake up and just be that. Like it's so hard to carry like those burdens and those negativity and like I just hate you and I don't know why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just don't get it, man. I really don't get it. So doing that shit like, or like people always say black person walk by, they lock their doors or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or in a car, like you hear that click. So
that's but I guess the question to ask y'all, as far as not being black and seeing stuff like this constantly happen, how does that make y'all feel now that y'all a little bit older and aware of stuff like that? I just want to ask as a black man, just want to know. I guess you don't have to harp on it as long as I just did, but how do y'all feel about that when y'all see it?
Personally, I've always felt like I was part of the Black community because as a Dominican woman, I know the roots of Dominican Republic. And I see Black people as my ancestors as well. Like I've always thought that way. So it was extremely frustrating when I see that happen. And I think to go off of what you were saying, Dom, like even at work sometimes, if I'm having a conversation with somebody, it's like having to check how you talk even, because you don't want to come off as a certain way, but then you want to be yourself, but then you're like, but they're going to see me as like this Bronx girl, you know? So you kind of you polish yourself around certain people. And it's not that we want to do it. It's just that's how we've been kind of molded in this society. Like you have to speak a certain way, act a certain way, dress a certain way around certain people in order to be accepted. And even still, I was thinking about you know, talking about being at the doctor's, but I'm thinking about even going to the store. Like when I go shopping, I make sure that whatever bag I have, if it's big, like I hold it like this so they see that I'm not trying to steal. So they won't start following me. And it's like little things like that that we do like subconsciously. And
we're conditioned to think like that. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's definitely, we are conditioned, and it's frustrating. It's exhausting even, because you just want to be yourself, but America.
I always like wish I could like just sit down with people and be like, why do you act that way? You know what I mean? Like I don't get it. But the way like my initial feeling was like, and seeing it is just like I said, it's disappointing, man. It's like what is gonna be enough, and when are we gonna actually do something? And you know, seeing it, like I said, it made me sad, and I don't have any like things I gotta check for. You know what I mean? Like I know as a white man, and being even a male, being a white male, I'm like what at the top. You know what I mean? Based on, you know, whatever they say the qualifications are, like to get ahead. You know what I mean? So I don't know any different, because this is all I know. So you know, I don't know that I got a head start, or like I get a different opportunity. You know what I mean? And or different viewpoints and outlooks and all that shit. Like, you know, I don't know, because that's all I knew. But as I've gotten older, like you asked, like I have started to see it a little bit. And I posted something on Facebook the other day. I almost feel a little bit naive, because like I immersed myself with people that I just enjoyed being around. I didn't give a damn what you look like. And some might even say I had more black friends than I do white friends.
Yeah.
And like I feel like, was I like fooled by like the world, or did I just like, I didn't give a damn anyways? I was hanging out with who I wanted to, and all that other shit was outside noise.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, man. It's a journey, man, that I hope we can solve. Yeah. And you know, it just sucks, man. When
that happened, and speaking about condition, like when that happened, it made me think about a lot of shit. So like when that Trayvon Martin, and this is very sickening for me to even think.
No, that's been like 9 years, hasn't it?
Being in office, I don't know, but I'm just going back when that happened. You know how he looked suspicious because he had a hood on and stuff like that. And I said to myself, that wouldn't have happened to me, because I wouldn't have had my hood on. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have had my hand in my pocket.
Right.
I'm conditioned to think like that. Isn't that horrible? That's the first thing I think of. Yeah. That is fucking so trash. This is America. We should have no man, no matter what color you are, should have to think like, oh, I shouldn't think before I put my hood on or something, man. Like that shit is horrible, and that comes with this. You know what I'm saying? That comes with the color. You gotta think about stuff like that. You gotta be aware of your situations. Not saying that Trayvon deserved it. Don't get my words misconstrued or anything like that. But like, I'm conditioned to think that way, and it's fucking horrible. But
let me ask you this: do you think he would have got arrested if like I'm under the belief that he wouldn't have got arrested if it wasn't recorded, obviously. But like, do you think he would have gotten arrested if the public didn't make it such a pressing issue like on the world to make a decision? Like,
you talking about the murder?
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck.
That's what it is. Murder. Yeah, that's what it is.
With the Trayvon situation?
No. I'm talking about the George Floyd. I'm sorry. I'm talking about the George Floyd.
The cop, you mean?
Yeah, like, do you think he would have been arrested if it wasn't recorded? I don't either.
No.
He might not get arrested now. I mean, people don't even know if he's arrested now. You know the crazy thing is, right?
Yeah.
I think they arrested him to protect him and to hopefully not cause a riot. Because, like, you learn this in grade school. Let's say if me and Elsa jump Tyke, right? and I'm doing majority of the punching, and let's say Elsa might have got one jab in, that's it. We both getting in trouble. We both going to jail. We both going to ISS. How the fuck they just arrest one person and not arrest all four or all three? They both, all three of them was doing the same thing, and one was watching out. So
even the one that was watching should have gotten arrested.
Exactly. Guilty by association. Don't make any fucking sense.
Okay, let me ask you this, because I was talking to my dad and like my buddy the other day, and I was like, I don't like knowing how I would have reacted in the moment. I don't know if I could have stood there and like not ran up and like pushed them off, like. But I know people scared, like they're gonna shoot me or I'm going to jail because it's assaulting a police officer. But like, so I know it's like, fuck, what can you really do? But like, I really don't know if I could have stood there. I really don't, man. I really don't. Like, just seeing him plead for help and like, I would have a tough fucking time not doing something like knowing I'm getting trouble, because to me that's morally right. You know what I mean? It's like you're killing this man in front of me, and you got him shackled up, and like I like to think that I would have pushed him off or something.
Mm-hmm. But that's part of being Black in America. It's like you literally feel helpless.
Right.
You see your brother on the floor pleading for can't breathe, but if you go towards you're gonna die. And then your family, you know what I'm saying? Like I can only imagine what went through their brain, but I can only think that that's what they were thinking. If I try to stop this, I'm going to die.
Exactly. Because especially when I seen that myself, to answer my whole initial thought when I first seen it, like, I'm not going to lie, I cried because I seen myself be in that position. I seen my father, I seen my brother, I seen my friend. And if I was in that position, if I especially if I knew that person, I literally seen myself die in that situation. Like I watched it all play out. Like I read the Jim Crow book, and back in the day, police were trained to treat Black men like animals. But if you look at that, you wouldn't even treat an animal like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like worse than animal. Like that shit was crazy. 3 people to hold one person down that's handcuffed. Like one person with one hand could hold anybody down if you are stomach on the ground with your hands behind your back.
What could he have possibly done to them? How is he a threat anymore? How is he a threat even being in his car? Like you don't even. And the fact that they said that he was on the hood of the car, and then the video showed that he was actually inside the car. So if they wouldn't have been recorded, like you said, Taiki, they could have made up whatever and gone about their business, and he would have been buried, and that's it.
Wow. It's not going to play out like we think, but
what do they say? They charged him with 3rd-degree murder, right?
Yeah, 3rd-degree murder and 2nd-degree manslaughter. So for those who don't know what the 3rd degree, 2nd degree, 1st degree, so I didn't know, so I done a little bit of research. So 1st degree is basically like you planned it, like, oh, he's gonna be here.
Premeditated and all that shit. Yeah.
Yep. 2nd joint is like, say if I walk in on my girlfriend and she fucking somebody and I act on emotion and I kill the dude that's fucking my girlfriend. That's acting on emotion. That's 2nd degree. And 3rd degree is, say if we was wrestling and I accidentally choked you out and you died. It wasn't intentional. So that's what they're charging. They're charging with 3rd degree, as in the cop was whatever the fuck you want to call it, basically murdering. But they're saying that he didn't intentionally do it. So that's what they're charging.
What's the max on that?
The max is 25.
Yeah.
Max on the 3rd degree is 25, and his bail's at $500,000. And when I seen $500,000, I was like, that's bullshit. So I looked it up. That is about the price. So they ain't lying on that one. So.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure it is. I think at that point, like, if you're not like super rich, you gotta like put up your house or some shit as like collateral.
You gonna get that money though.
But did y'all see that his wife filed for divorce?
Yeah.
They said the wife is the Asian cop's brother or something like that.
What?
Stop playing.
Yeah. That was somebody told me.
Who?
I ain't gonna tell you, but
yeah, that would be crazy as hell.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Son, see, that's another thing. Like this whole thing going on, like his kids, man, are gonna get wrath of this at school or like whatever it is. Like if he's got kids or like it's just like it's such a trickle down thing, man. Like it's sad, man, all the way around. Like, But
yeah, and Floyd had 2 kids and now don't have a
they
father.
don't have a father, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to like say it and like justify it for the other dude. I'm saying like
It's
bigger than,
that on all
it's
ends.
bigger than the individual that it just goes like it's bigger than Floyd versus the cop. You know what I mean? It spreads so like it's just crazy to think.
So as far as the riots, how do y'all feel about the riots?
Go ahead, Elsa.
I knew they were coming.
I didn't even think about that.
Even in the middle of pandemic, I knew they were coming. It has been the way, and maybe it's not ideal and whatever, but the frustration is real. And if that's what it had to take in order for that man to get arrested, then it worked. You know what I'm saying? And until we find a solution, like as a community, then I could care less about buildings and people that have insurance on their businesses. Lives matter more. Black lives matter more than that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I don't care about, and I love Target, but I think there's a greater issue at hand. And the media can kind of, twist things around too to make it seem maybe bigger than it actually was. But in my opinion, I knew the riots were coming. Moving forward, I don't know if you guys saw the video and the caption was like 3 generations of people being tired. And it was like the older guy. He was like, I don't care, I'll die for this. And then as the middle-aged guy, he was like, or not middle-aged, he was like 30 something. And he said, no, but we have to do it. We have to change this because the rioting has never worked. Like we do it for a while, the person gets arrested, but they don't get indicted. And then he was talking to a younger boy who was like 19. And he's like, it's up to you. It's up to you and people your age to find a different way of doing things. But I knew the riots were coming.
The thing with the riots is like, riot your ass off. I don't care. I think it's good. Like make them hear you. Whatever you stand for, whether it be this or anything else, like make your voice be heard. My only thing is like I don't think you're not honoring this man no more by stealing and looting and berating and like just beating the shit out of people and like for no reason. Like it's like is it cops on black men? Is it white on black men? Is it black on what? You know what I mean? Like there's just I've seen some videos, man, that just make your stomach just sick. Like people just chasing people down. White people chasing black people down, black people chasing white people down, like people in Target stealing TVs and shit and breaking into clothing stores and stealing clothes and shoes and just ruining people's shit that they built from the ground up. Are you rioting for George Floyd or are you using George Floyd murder as a reason to go steal and rob and do anything? And my problem is you're diluting the cause and the purpose. Like you're blackening the water, you know what I mean? By like you're sabotaging what this whole thing is about. And like the riot, go riot. I'm cool with that. But like if like the stealing and just breaking shit down, like it's easy for us to say, yeah, fuck Target, whatever. But if I'm the manager of Target, you know what I mean? Or I'm a worker at Target, you know what I mean? Or I'm a worker at Round 2. And you know what I mean? Like I'm already half-ass on unemployment or not get, you know what I mean? And now if I could go back to work, I can't go back to work. So like it's easy to say because it's not me.
Yeah.
And like this is just my opinion on it. But like then I see some shit where it's like don't burn down the small business on like mom and pops, just build up, destroy the bigger corporation. I'm like, so now we're coaching people on what buildings to destroy, you know what I mean, and what shit to steal, and it just, I don't know. And there is no right answer because I don't know, you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I just know what I would do, you know, and I can't speak for everyone else. So the riot is cool, but the other things that come along with it, I think people are taking this a terrible situation and piggybacking on it and using that as an excuse to do other things as well.
Well, I want to correct myself. As far as I don't want to put a bad picture on it. Obviously, the results is ugly, but it was peaceful protesting at first. So my cousin, he lives in Denver. He was basically saying it was peaceful protesting. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was, just chanting and stuff like that. And then one bad situation as far as someone throwing a water bottle at the cops. And then once that, what did Trump say? Once y'all start looting, we start shooting. And that's literally what happened.
Yeah.
Threw a water bottle. And then that's when shit turned into mayhem and all that stuff. But my thing is, I'm not saying go loot and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, in a perfect world, if this results in the judicial system tightening up their rules as far as consequences as police brutality, I'll take it.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll take it. As far as all the crazy stuff going on, I'll take it. And I hope that'll happen. That's all we can do is just hope and pray. Because at the end of the day, if you take out police brutality, none of this shit will be happening.
Mm-hmm.
As far as, what I'm saying, if you had consequences, if that cop had to think like, damn, there's a 3 strike system, I'm on my 2nd strike, and if I fuck up again, as far as with police brutality, I'm out, and he got to think about feeding his kids before he do all that shit. Because, he was confident when he was doing it. Like,
boy, he was.
Boy, this is my 18 time. What you about to do?
Cool, calm, and collected. He was like,
I'm saying?
I don't know what was going on inside.
I know.
And just the fact, another fact, when I was looking at it, I thought he was basically taunting him as far as, when he put his hands in his pocket. So they said if you put your hands in your pocket when you're in that position, you're putting more weight on your front part and putting more pressure on his neck. You know what I'm saying? So if he had something to think about, it's like, all right, I might need to chill out. I am being recorded. Yeah. I might get in trouble. I might lose my job or something. It would have been a whole different.
He didn't give a damn. If you look at him in that video, he didn't give a shit about the cameras. He didn't give a damn about the people. He wasn't even responding to any of the people, like, telling him to breathe. It was the other cops, like, telling him to back up. Like, he didn't say shit.
Nothing. Like,
he didn't say nothing.
Devil.
Like, I was like, bro.
I don't like saying that word, but that's exactly what it looked like. Just somebody just with no regard for life. And then when I found out that he, like, a married man and might have kids, it's just like, how do you live with yourself? I don't know.
Easy. Well, it's easy to live with yourself if you're getting away with it.
If he goes to jail, he's done. You know that, right? If he goes to, can you imagine if he go to jail and they find out that he's the one? Like, where do cops go and, like, shit, like?
Hopefully they all go to jail.
Huh?
Hopefully they all go to jail.
No, but I'm saying, like, as far as, like, you know what I mean? Like, concerns, like, obviously you can sit there and say, I don't give a damn about his life, but, like, legally, like, you got to protect him still.
I would like to know.
Like, do they send them to general population and be like, hey, here's a cop that probably put some of y'all away? Or you know what I mean?
I doubt it.
Like,
as far as what would y'all like to see? Like, say in a perfect world, if it was up to y'all as far as what is next. So now you got all the riots and stuff like that. What would you like to see as far as, rules and regulations from here on out?
We definitely need reform in law enforcement. I worked in the school system for 5-6 years, and there was always something new coming up, and new tests and new books, and this curriculum is better for the kids, so let's try this. That's not being done in law enforcement at all. Like, I pulled up the law enforcement officers' Bill of Rights, and it's intended to protect American law enforcement personnel from investigation and prosecution arising from conduct during official performance of their duties, and provides them with privileges based on due process additional to those normally provided to other citizens. So who's policing the police at this point? Like, that's it. And it's going to take, what's his name? Police chiefs like the one from Tennessee who tweeted and said, if you're a police officer and you think this was okay, what the dude from Minneapolis did, then turn in your badge. It's going to take people stepping up and telling on people, tell on your partner, whoever's in the cop car with you, in the patrol car. Yo, he stomped on somebody today. He did that. He's talking about Black people or brown people or whatever, even white people. Like, he's just talking about people in a way that is harmful or could be harmful. Mm-hmm. It's going to take a lot of stepping up and not shutting up anymore.
I think more what else is saying, I think it's going to be more people. It needs to be more people like me saying shit.
I was about to shout you out, bro. I was about to shout.
I mean, like, cause like I stated earlier, in or most people say, like, if you don't say nothing, you're part of the problem. Like, you know what I mean? And like, there's a difference between not knowing the right words to say and saying nothing at all.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't always say the shit the right way, but I'm gonna speak my mind. Hopefully, it comes out the right way. Like, it's not right. Right and wrong, no matter when you're doing shit. When you steal a piece of candy, even though it's $1, you still don't feel good about stealing a piece of candy, right? You know what I mean? But it's just like like Elsa said again, like obviously, some reform the police, policing and like how long it takes, like, how like deep are you looking into the people that are applying to become police officers, or any of those other things, or what's their history? Look dated back to high school, middle school. Are they getting into any racism, or what are some of the things that they did when they were kids?
Their social media, damn it.
Their social media, whatever the case may be. And I think it really is on up to us. We have to set the precedent. Like there are some people that are our age that are just born into that racism that just gets passed down, and that's what they believe in, and that's what they know. But it's the ones like me, it's the one like Elsa, it's the one like Dom, to where we have to band up, arm together, and let them know, we might look a little different, but everyone dies. You know what I mean? Everyone's got the same on the inside. You know what I mean? Like just because we look different don't mean we get treated differently, and we all got a voice, and we all should be seen and heard, and we gotta just band together and see what we can do. Obviously, hopefully, no violence continues to come from these things, but it's gonna happen. Like I said, I can't even imagine, because if it were happening to me, man, or happened to one of my friends, I would be beaten.
Oh my God!
I would be berating, and I don't even know what I would do. I would be right out there with them. I know that. Like I would be going nuts. So I mean, just hopefully, just some progress can go forward, and so it's up to us. So it really is up to us. And
I meant to, in the beginning, I went to shout out to all the non-Black people out there that is showing awareness as far as posting stuff on social media, calling that phone line. One of my friends, Jonah Wimmer, he made a website basically with steps and stuff like that to get active. So shout out to Jonah. Definitely just talking about it. Conversations like this, I think, will help it for sure. I love that since we're in the social media era, we're using that to our benefit to, get our voices out there. That's pretty dope, because like a year ago, I never would have known I could have somewhat of a voice. That's why it's pretty cool. We got a platform. We can talk about stuff like this. It holds me accountable to knowing stuff about the world. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't have this platform, I wouldn't be. Sorry to think. Yeah, I wouldn't really.
You wouldn't be as interested in learning about it. You'll learn it on your own time. Like now, you're more interested in like learning and.
It's dope. And then as far as main thing, like I already said, as far as I think cops need to have some type of point system. You reach a certain amount of points within a certain year span, you should revoke their privileges to be a cop.
It should be like license.
Give them the desk. Put them in the office for.
Yeah, nowhere. Like fuck that.
Yeah, just accountability, man. Just people need. To
I know. See, my whole thing is, and like, it is a hard fucking job to be a cop, and I get that, like 100%, because a lot of the shit that they're doing is hard. But like, where the line is. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and I get it. Different cities vary on all that, but like, come on, man. You know what's right and you know what's wrong. Like, really put yourself in that situation. Like, if I was a cop, I'd always probably try to put myself in that situation. What would I be doing? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, if this was me on the ground, like. You know what I mean? I don't know, but
it's crazy.
Hopefully, man.
Yeah, we hope, man. So as far as with like all this going on, my boy was like, bruh, we still in a pandemic.
Yeah, bro.
Like, I forgot all about that.
I tell you this, I ain't heard no increase in cases though.
I did.
I found out this coronavirus fake, boy.
In Montgomery, Alabama. Over the past month, their cases went up 300%. So basically 3 times the amount within a month. So after all this protesting and people not wearing masks,
we ain't never getting back to normal.
Memorial Day, shit about to get real, bro.
But shit, that just goes to show you how much it means to people. Fuck the virus, you know what I mean? That's why it's like, no matter what's going, like we're in like the worst situation we could possibly really be in, you know what I mean? And everyone's willing to break their house arrest and risk their lives and to go out there and be heard and be seen and make a change and make a difference. So
that's what's up.
That means quarantine is extended.
The fact that it's happening during this pandemic that has killed so many African Americans in the U.S. Like literally, on CNN they said 1 in 4 Black adults say they personally know someone who was hospitalized or died due to COVID.
Yep.
To be living through that, or like I get goosebumps because it's like you probably think to yourself, can we get a break? Like literally my people are dying due to this thing that came out of nowhere, and now we got to see somebody literally die in front of us, like on camera. It is extremely frustrating. My heart just it breaks every time I got to think about it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like as far as like, man, when you see all these videos and like you just see so many, you know, white people out there, Asian people out there, Spanish people out there, Black people, that is a beautiful thing to see. I will definitely say that because I didn't think it would look like that, honestly. I'll be totally honest. Like, love seeing that because that's what's up. That really gives a Black man like me a sense of hope, or you know what I'm saying, maybe my life really does matter to a good amount of people. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty dope. So shout out to everybody that protested. I personally didn't. Shame to say,
ain't stopping.
but that's what's up.
I'm trying to get out there. I'm trying to find one that's a little more calm for me.
Yeah, that shit's scary. Like,
I ain't trying to get like
people lost their eye. Like I was saying,
that's the type of shit I'm talking about though.
Hey,
you know what I mean? Like going out there and like just getting like ran over, like getting hit by a fucking vehicle and shit, or like did you
yesterday Benning Road was all like backed all the way up. I live right off Benning Road in DC, and it was just like people honking. It was a whole.
You live in DC?
Yeah.
You see anything crazy?
Did I see what?
Like you just see a lot of people out there. Like what you see?
Well, yesterday we went out in both of our cars, and we didn't know that it was. We knew there were protests going on. But like more towards the Capitol or whatever, not in cars. Like people were in their cars, beeping their horns. Their cars would like, you know, hashtag Black Lives Matter, backed all the way up. Like,
yep.
Mm-hmm.
I seen this one video as well, like that, because now the Looney Tune like people are coming out, like emerging, like I'm telling you, like the psycho people, like who are using this as like shit to like fuck with people. Like some dude was dressed up in the fucking Joker shit, like hopping around. Like, could you imagine seeing some goofball like that come up on you? And like, I'm telling you, like, there's some sick individuals that are like preying on like these times. That's what makes shit so scary, because there's so much going on that you forget about all the other shit that goes on when it's not this. You know what I mean? And it's just like you can get covered and go underneath everything else that's going on. So I just hope that everything.
And supposedly they're saying, obviously there's always rumors and stuff like that. They're saying there's some white supremacists, like a groups of people out there, like making it worse than what it actually is. As far as you know,
throwing things out of proportion. Mm-hmm.
They're the worst of them all.
Lighting shit on fire just to make this shit look better on us as
and
black people. But
there was like a video where someone had put like a pile of bricks in the middle of some city. Did y'all see that?
Yeah. Who the fuck is doing that? Come on.
Huh?
Who's doing that? I'm saying, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
They're just dropping a pile of bricks. Like I'm talking about, it was like 500 bricks.
Yep.
Like
what was it like? So what's a closed roads or something?
No, it was in a city.
Or like dropping.
No. Like if I were to go order some bricks for a house, I would go get a pallet of bricks. Like a pallet of bricks, like in the middle of the road. So knowing that people were gonna riot, so they could grab bricks and like smash windows and break into shit. Like I'm talking about like 400 or 500 bricks. Like someone placed them there. Like just like sick, man. But
we gotta remember primary elections are coming.
Yep.
So I think there's a lot of distraction around that, but we remember who is in the White House right now and and what's being said. So it's time to make our voices heard in that way as well.
I never thought about that either. That we should have mentioned that. That is one of the biggest things. Because like for instance, with this situation with George Floyd, Trump really can't make no decision on if they get prosecuted or not. It's that mayor in that town or whoever's prosecuting in that area. Yeah. So we need to do our.
He came out though and said a lot already, like whether he was pressured into it or not. I think the last time he spoke, you know, he was like, we need to take action on this now. Like,
yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm not talking
like no tolerance with that. So he seems like he's.
He didn't come out and talk when with the Ahmaud Arbery, and
that's what
it's the first time he's ever said it was wrong.
No, I'm talking about the mayor. Oh,
I thought you were talking about Trump.
No, I'm talking about the mayor. I'm talking about the mayor.
Yeah, the mayor for Mayor Frey.
Yeah, Mayor Frey. I'm talking about Trump got his own agenda on what he believes and what he don't believe. I was talking about the.
Yeah, that's what's up. So definitely, I gotta do my research.
Like hold it accountable, because whether he felt pressure to do it or not, it seemed like when he said it, he believed. Like I believe, I didn't think he was just saying it.
Yeah, anybody in their right mind should feel some certain way about this. Yeah. So as far as this is like a switcheroo a little bit. So I was at I think I went to Jiffy Lube or whatever. I had a book in my hand and I was about to go in, and dude seen me with a book and he was like, man, you read books? Check out this book. Write it down. So he told me, he was like, it's called The Black Man's Handbook, right? So he was just telling me it's basically about people, basically the ideology behind Black people, why they love to wear jewelry, why they love to flex on their own kind, why they kill their own kind, and all that stuff. And he said it's a really good book. I definitely recommend, especially a Black man, to read it. And he was saying one thing I learned was that, so he asked me this question. So he asked me, he said, what did he say? Having a blank for it. He said, so as far as on a day-to-day basis, right? On a day-to-day basis, how often do you, what is he like?
Feel the need to protect yourself. Or
yeah, how often do you feel the need to protect yourself? And he asked me that question. I ain't never thought about it. As a man, like, yeah, I know I gotta protect myself. So I didn't ask him a question. I just got it out the way. I just said like 4 to 5. He's like, okay. And he was like, have you ever thought about how often a woman has to protect themselves? And he like caught me and I was like, wow, I ain't never thought about that. So when I heard that question, I was like, man, I want to ask Elsa and Rhea, but since Elsa is here, as far as you having to protect yourself, answer that question as far as on a day-to-day basis. Like,
it's every time I go out.
That's crazy.
I know, I can't
even I go out, I have to make sure when I walk into my car, look both ways, and not just across the street, like literally look both ways as I'm going out my building. Going into buildings, if I'm going out to meet with my friends, my Uber, Lyft.
Damn, I didn't even think about Uber.
That's the scary part. I be in that too, but
that making sure I look at the tag, making sure people know when I left my house, where I'm going. Like somebody always knows where I am.
For real?
Like, even with like dates, like my friends that are still dating when outside of the pandemic, they would share their location.
That's what you should do.
Yeah.
And it is every time we leave the house, we have to just be on guard, and that's why I get very upset, and I'm glad you brought this up, when men say, and it's usually like older men, when they'll be like, smile, why don't you smile? And I'm walking down the street, and it's like, I don't need to smile. Like, and it's just very frustrating as a woman to with the cat calling and all, like it still goes on. And even that makes me feel very uncomfortable, because I don't know if when a guy is catcalling at me, I don't know if he's gonna start following me.
Right? Yeah, you never know. Someone's.
I don't know if he been following me. You know what I'm saying? If he knows where I live.
There's definitely
every time I leave the house.
I ain't no creep though.
Yeah.
Better not be.
I don't shit. I go out. I don't even think twice. Sometimes.
But that's the club though. I'm talking about like on a day-to-day basis when you just chilling. Club is a different story, bro. That's just.
No, I'm talking about just in general. Like, even on my day-to-day, like if I hear someone run up behind me, of course I'm looking or something, but I'm not.
We was talking about two different things. My fault.
Well, yeah, I was wondering what you talking about the club.
Yeah. I was talking about pulling up.
Talking about going out. Yeah.
I was talking about pulling up on a lady. I come up.
Oh.
Yeah, I was talking about going out.
And even if when y'all at the club, just don't grab the girl. They come around to the front of her. Make sure she sees your face. I don't like all that. Oh, let me grab him. Like, don't touch me. You don't know me.
They gotta approve the eyes before I do anything first. That's a whole nother story.
We're gonna keep a list on the podcast. How many times Dom mentions that?
Hey, you should, bro.
We'll put a little tally at the bottom.
For real.
Before we wrap things up, I got one random ass question for you. This is very random. Since y'all fried my thing about on the Wednesdays, like with the 10 questions and shit. So I'll ask one of y'all both of y'all right now. So if you had a dinner date with anybody in the world that's living right now, who would you select and why?
One person.
One, I got a male and a female.
Okay, pull up then.
Male, I've always wanted to meet Drake. So
yeah,
I fuck with him. A lot of people think he's a cornball. I fuck with his music. I think he's humble. I think he does his own thing. I think he don't try to put on the front like this rapper that came from the streets. He was like, yeah, boy, I was on the grassy and I sing shit. Fuck with me.
Yeah, and I'm the boy.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I just fuck with his demeanor and shit. Like I love his music.
Yeah.
And then women, I don't know, man. There's like dinner, man. Like a date, probably like.
He said a date.
Like a date, that's what I would hope for, right? Like, not hey, how you doing? Like, how'd you get here? Like, I'll probably be like, oh.
Kind of back.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. I really don't. It'll probably be something.
You don't mess with no regular niggas.
Some famous.
You don't have a celebrity female crush?
I do. Oh, you know what it might? You know who honestly might be? It'll probably be Rihanna.
Rihanna?
It'll probably be Rihanna.
Yeah.
I'll be completely honest. I love that woman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Beyonce or Rihanna, but that'll be on the poll.
Yeah.
So what you think? Or who would you think?
I would sit down with Barack.
Solid.
I love that man. He is just so, I feel like he has a whole world like in his brain, and with his, I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch his commencement speeches. If you haven't, please watch them because he's just amazing. And the way he puts words together, he's very intellectual. And then I also know that he can just be chill.
Yeah.
He's shown that. So Barack and Beyonce, because I love her, and I've always had dreams of Beyonce that we're friends. So
oh yeah,
might as well.
What saying to you?
I've literally, the last one I had with her, she was in her house. We were in her house, and her twins were there.
Who are you talking about?
Beyonce.
He's talking about because she be dreaming about Beyonce. So I asked her. I asked her, what do they be talking about in their dreams?
Yeah, so we were just talking about like different like things that she could do with them at home to make them learn, so they won't have to go to like a regular school for right now. So we were friends in my dream. What about you, Dom?
Mine would be Kevin Hart, because just like, you know, he's just a workhorse, and for those who know me, I love to, you know, I'm never.
And y'all can see eye to eye.
Facts. I love that he's like a workhorse and he's nonstop working, and him to be still fit. I would love to be still fit at that age. And you know, he's just a people's person. You know what I'm saying? Family man. Obviously, you know, he had a couple of bumps. But we ain't gonna speak. Yeah, he's just all around, I think, a dope person. You know what I'm saying? You're a cool dude. As far as women, when I thought of this question, I didn't even think about a woman for real. So yeah, I can't even give you an answer. I'm corny. I don't even know.
I know that was hard.
I don't have a dream like girl. Like,
yeah, I don't.
IG models is bad.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I think it change every day.
Like, so I'll throw one out, but I would have never had. Nah, I'm not even gonna call. I don't know. I actually don't know.
You don't have a female crush?
Nah, I don't. As far as a celebrity, nah.
Celebrity,
Well, I'll throw one out. Like, I don't have a female crush. I don't have a female crush on her, but like, she's just so dope and she's so jiggy. Danny Lay. I would love to go out in the club and just vibe with her. You don't even got to twerk on me. We just cooling. You know what I'm saying?
But if she did, you'd be happy.
I'll accept that request. Thank you. Y'all got anything else to say?
I got one thing to say before we wrap up. This goes out to everyone out there. Obviously, the trying times, and they continue to keep trying and keep pushing us. You know, as much as you can, the best of your ability, try to do the best thing you can each and every day. Obviously, things that are going on right now are unfortunate, and hopefully, you know, us collectively can come up with a solution to do better, you know, for us and our kids and our future generations, for those who have them. So I'm calling out to everyone else to do what they believe is the best for them and their community to come together and find a solution. I believe it's you know, the torch is being passed to us. It's our time to step up, and the time is now. So please, you know, feel free to DM me with any suggestions. I've stated on multiple platforms that, you know, I'm able and willing to help any way I can. Whether you need me to, you know, want me, speak, go with you anywhere to, you know, protest, to stand alongside of you, anything, because I want to be a alleyway or a beacon of light, or you know, let everyone know that I'm with them as well. And, you know, I don't stand behind a lot of things that are going on, and it hits near and dear to my heart. So any way that I can help, I want to let everyone know that, you know, on here as well. So I just want to throw that out there.
That's what's up.
That's beautiful.
So,
Thank you, I want to say, make sure you get to know your local leaders. It's a very important year. And every time elections come around, it seems like something comes up. But we have to get out to the polls, and not only on election year, but, you know, just be involved in your community. Because I think we said this in another podcast. It's like, it starts with us, and it starts with these conversations and with our people, and even with our families. Like, I haven't had a chance to talk to my dad and my mom about everything that's going on. But just make your voice be heard, and call people, let them know you love them. Like, it's just like little things.
Yep.
Yeah. The little ripples that turn into the big, whatever that saying says.
I think that's about it. That's really all I got to say. Like I always like to say, it's a wrap in the trap. And thank you for listening to Talk to Me.
Appreciate y'all coming back.
Yes, sir.
I'll holler at y'all.